let's talk about introduction about Cordillera Group. When the Spanish conquistadors first saw the mountain range in the Philippines, they named them Cordillera. The Spanish title relates to the jump and roll and deep of the long-range spanning and northern section of Luzon Island. It means noted rope. Now, it is now considered the meaning of to refer one of the 6 ethno-linguistic group as a Igorot. Igorot is a people that lives long before any Spanish or other Europeans step foot in the Philippines. Live among the rice terraces that towers across northern Luzon. The mountain tribes of Luzon are Bondok, Ifugao, Benguet, Apayo, and Kalinga.
Banga literally means paths. The Banga or path dance is a contemporary performance of Kalinga of the mountain province in the Philippines. This dance illustrates the languid grace of a tribe otherwise known as fierce warriors. On the heads of maidens balancing heavy clay pots, they trudge to the beat of the gangsa or wind chimes, displaying their stamina and strength as they fetch water and balance the banga. Also popularly called Bendayan, this circle dance of the Benguet of Mountain Province is 3-stage, keeping true to the dance context and meaning. Long known as a dance to celebrate the arrival of successful headhunters, the Bendayan has taken a new pace. It is part of every Benguet festivity, with the circles slowly giving way to the other formations and interpretations. Manmanok is a dance that dramatizes 3 roosters from the Bago tribe who compete against one another to be able to get the attention of a hen, Lady Lien. They use blankets depicting colorful plums to attract her. Lumagan is a Kalinga dance in Cordillera to be a tribal dance. This is a traditional Thanksgiving dance by the Kalinga tribe performed to celebrate good harvest and events such as the birth of the firstborn child, victory in battles, and wedding. Ragsaksakan dance portrays the walk of the industrious Kalinga women carrying water pots on their heads and wearing the colorful hand-woven blankets of life around their necks. Their walk imitates the climb up the rice terraces in the mountain province of the Philippines.
Salisid. The Salisid is the Kalinga courtship dance performed by a male and female, and this is sometimes called the Kayu-tron dance. Next is Salip. These tribes in the mountain provinces of Luzon preserve their identity, costumes, and learn their dance. Always celebrate important events such as birth, wedding, war, and Thanksgiving. Next is Torayen. Gadang comes from the word ga, meaning heat, and dang, meaning burn. The Gadang live in the middle of Cagayan Valley and speak a language similar to Ilocanos. Next is Torikte. This is a dance from the Cordillera region that originated in Benguet. It is a mimetic courtship dance in which the mating dance of woodcheckers is imitated with a colorful blanket used as a prop. And lastly, Uyaoy. These Ifugao people are said to be the children of the earth. The term Ifugao is derived from the word Ifugao, which literally means come from the earth.
When the Spaniards came to the Philippines and saw the mountain ranges known as the Cordillera, which was derived from the word Cordelia. In Spanish, that means string rope. The Spaniards believed that it was discovered in 1521 in their first arrival in the Philippines. The term Cordillera was given because of the continuous range of mountains. These mountain ranges have the famous rice terraces, which were made even before the Spaniards came. This proved that the Philippines have a civilization and a way of living way before the Spanish conquistadors came.
The mountain tribes of Luzon that lives in Cordillera are Libandok, Ifugao, Benguet, Apayo, and Kalinga. They don't want to be called by their collective names, which was first used by the Spaniards. They prefer to be called by their tribal names. These tribal groups were mostly unaffected by Spanish colonialism. They are also homogeneous because of their shared social cultural features. socio-cultural traits. They have shared religious beliefs, most of which are tied to nature, and they perform amazing sacrifices to anitos or house gods.
In North Kalinga, or a female costume, Gunamat or Kain, knee-length rectangle wrapped skirt embellishment with beads and seashells and constructed largely of red hand-woven cotton. Kalinga women used to be bare-breasted, wearing a skin-tight shirt or a yellow gold sleeveless top decorated with the same motifs as the skirt is worn to approximate it. Large agates, glass, stone, and plastic beads in red, black, white, and yellow are strung together to form necklaces, armbands, earrings, chokers, and headbands. Witawit, it is an earrings made of mother of pearl. Paag, it is a G-string in black cloth with red, green, yellow, and white checks pattern, fringles, and pom-poms at the end. Lanma, it is a string of large beads are worn as chokers and necklaces on a short, open-fronted top. Sipat, a wristband fashion of bronze-red triangular head cloth embellished with rooster tail feathers. Only the minger or hero wears the lawi, which is a rooster tail feather headgear adorned with the red hibiscus blossoms. In southern Kalinga, or a male costume, the Kalingas in the south do not wear top clothes but are professionally tattooed in the past. Instead, they wear blankets or lilabay-like shawls. In Bandayan, for male costume, the bag or bahag is a large woven textile that is roughly 10 to 15 inches broad and 3 to 5 feet long. For female costume, it is comprised of a large rectangular woven material that measures around 3 meters in length, or 3 to 4 feet long and up to 5 feet wide. It's wrapped around the waist and worn like a skirt. Manmanok. The males wear long strips of piece of cloth made from this woven blanket known as wings. The cloth is wrapped around the waist of the woman, who names it lufid. Most of the time, neither men nor women wear tops at these pieces of apparel. For lumagen, female costume also have lufid wrap around the waist. The males wear bahag for their costumes. For the ragsaksakan, some variations of this dance use the banga instead of a basket, and they wear colorful hand-woven blankets of life around their necks. Similar to the other tribal dance costume, they also wear
Salisid. To gain the attention of the main woman, the male dancer disguises himself as a rooster. To lure the damsel, he uses a bright blanket that resembles a rooster's multicolored feathers. A woman's head is supported by a tightly coiled piece of fabric, and the parks are stacked on top of her. Turayan, dance of woodpeckers, is imitated with a colorful blanket used as a prop. Salip, a Kalinga dance depicting a warrior claiming his bride by handing her a marriage blanket, is known as the salip. Following the guy, the lady balances numerous clay pots on her head and follows him, signifying obedience. The man's behavior is similar to that of a courting rooster. Uyaoy, the affluent conduct a dance accompanied by a gongs in order to reach the second level of the wealthy class. Wealthy persons who have done this dance have the right to be buried with gongs.